In this video, I'm going to show you how to add spinning wheel in Webflow. Unfortunately, since Webflow doesn't support this functionality by default, what we need to do is use a third-party platform. Don't worry though, it's completely free and also very easy to set up. So the first thing I want you to do is to click the first link in the description of this video, which will take you to the Clasper website. Once you've clicked on the link, this is the page that you're going to see. From here, I want you to click on Start for Free, which will automatically take you to the sign up page of the Clasper platform. Here, what you want to do is choose the method that you want to use to sign up to the platform. In my particular case, I want to sign in with Google. Once you're signed up, this is the page that you're going to see. Now, before I show you how to set everything up, if you take a look on the left-hand side of the screen right here, you will see that by default, you will be assigned to the free plan. If you just click on that, I want to quickly run you through the usage limitations of the free plan, just so you can get an idea of what to expect and whether it's good enough for you, or if you need to upgrade to a different plan. When it comes to the usage limitations of the free plan, you can see them all right here. The main ones are the number of page views they can get per month, which is currently set to 10,000, and then we can make as many widgets as we want, which is pretty nice. So yeah, if you plan to get more than 10,000 monthly page views on your Webflow website, then go ahead and click on upgrade plan right here, which will take you to the plans page. This is what the plans page looks like, and here is the Pro 50 plan. It allows you to get up to 50,000 monthly page views on your widgets on Webflow. And if you just use the slider right here, here is the Pro 100 plan, then here's the Pro 250 plan, and so forth. So yeah, browse for the different plans, choose the one that works best for you. And if you'd like to save yourself some money, I definitely recommend you to subscribe to your plan on an annual basis, as that will save you 25% of the total cost. And if you'd like to save yourself an additional 20%, then you can also use my discount code at checkout, which you can find in the description of this video. Now that you know a little bit more about the different plans that the Clasper platform has to offer, let me show you how to create the exact type of spinning wheel widget that you want and how to integrate it on your Webflow website. The first thing you want to do here is go ahead and click on new widget, and then you will see this pop up here. We need to decide whether we want to create our widget completely from scratch or if you want to choose a template. I would personally recommend you to go for the templated option because all the templates are fully customizable anyway, and this is going to save you a significant amount of time and effort. So that's the route that I'm going to take. Click on template library right here, and then you'll be taken to this page, which is where you can see all the different templates that the Clasper platform has to offer. What we want to do next is narrow down the options so we only see the templates that are relevant for us. In my particular case, my goal is to grow my email list and I want my widget to be a pop-up. So I'm going to go ahead and click on grow email list right here underneath use case, and underneath layout here, I'm going to check the pop-up box. Once you're done checking all the relevant boxes on the left-hand side right here, go ahead and browse to the templates and choose the one that works best for you. In my particular case, I really like the look of this one, so that's the one that I'm going to go with. As you can see, here is what my spinning wheel widget is going to look like by default. Then I'm going to go ahead and click on use this template in the top right corner of the screen. This will then automatically take me to the editor page, which is where I can start customizing my spinning wheel to my specific requirements. Now, in my particular case, since I'm only recording a tutorial video, I'm not going to make a whole lot of changes. I want to quickly show you what's possible. So, for example, the first thing I want to do here is go ahead and delete this text at the bottom because it's not relevant for me. So I'm going to go ahead and click on it to highlight it, and then I'm going to click on the backspace button on my keyboard. And just like that, as you can see, the component has been deleted. Another thing I want to do here is go ahead and customize this text. I want to make it a little bit bigger, and I also want to change its contents. So I'm going to go ahead and double click on it and change it to my liking. This is the text that I'm going to use, but it's a bit too big for my liking. So I'm going to go ahead and reduce the font size right here from the editor on the right hand side. And by the way, the editor right here is going to be slightly different depending on the type of element that you select. So for example, so you can see this right here is for this text block. If I just click on the button here, the editor is different, and so is the editor for the actual spinning wheel. The next change I'm going to make here is the color of my spinning wheel. I don't want it to be orange. I'm going to go ahead and click on it to highlight it. And then as you can see, the color option is right here. I'm going to click on this and change the color of my spinning wheel to this color right here. Besides deleting and customizing existing elements, we can also add additional components to our templates. So on the left hand side of the screen right here, you can see the add components section. In my particular case, I don't want to capture just the email address of the visitor. I want to also grab their first name. So I'm going to go ahead and drag this box and place it right above the email field right here. And as you can see, it automatically gets added. And these are all the changes that I'm going to make to my particular spinning wheel. Definitely spend some time here, customize it to your specific requirements. And once you're ready to move forward, go ahead and click on save in the top right corner of the screen. Then you'll be taken to this page, which is where we need to decide when and how a spinning wheel is going to be shown on our Webflow website. Now in my particular case, since my spinning wheel is a pop-up, I need to decide on the display frequency as well as when to display it. In terms of display frequency, I'm going to set it to do not limit, and in terms of when to display, I want it to be displayed immediately. In my case, although the customization is not relevant, so I'm going to leave them as they are. Then I'm going to go ahead and click on next in the top right corner of the screen. If you want to integrate your widget with any other platform, this is where you do that. In my particular case, I'm going to skip this part because it's not relevant for me. So I'm going to go ahead and click on done once more. Now the last thing you want to do is integrate it with a Webflow website. So what we want to do here is go to script on the left hand side of the screen, click on copy code right here, and let's head over to Webflow so we can start integrating it. Now as you can see, I'm already in my Webflow editor here. So what I want to do is go ahead and click on this plus icon, search for code right here, then click on code embed, then simply paste the code we just copied previously right here into this box, and then click on save and close. Then go ahead and publish the changes, preview your Webflow website, give it a couple of seconds to load, and then here is our spinning wheel. It looks super nice and clean, and as you can see, it's also fully interactive. And that's about it. That's how to add a spinning wheel in Webflow. If you have any questions, please let me know down in the comments below, and I'll do my best to help you out.